No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Your brand deserves more than basic. It deserves bold. It deserves clean. It deserves Kelly Creations. From screen prints that pop, to embroidery that speaks volumes, to picture tees that tell your story, Donald D.K. Kelly does it all. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or shoot him an email at kellycreations225@gmail.com. That's KELLYKREATIONS 225@gmail.com. And don't forget to tell them No Chill Sports sent you. Kelly Creations. Nobody does it better. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Rant with Pough Ant. This is a quick one though. We're just gonna break down some of the big games from this weekend, coming up this weekend, and talk about everything going on. First, boy, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. It's football season. I can't wait. Saturday, it's finally here, man. Feel like a kid on Christmas.
Yes, sir. Man, let's go ahead and jump into, man. Like I said, we ain't gonna be here long, but let's go ahead and bring up some of these big games. First off, man, let's look at it. You got Texas taking on Ohio State. Ohio State comes in this game with 3.5 point. A 3-point favorite with the over under being 50.5. I'll let you go first on this one.
Man, it's tough because both teams got some question marks. Both of them, I expect to have good defenses, but they both lost a lot, man. They neither one of them really returning a whole bunch. I think they both only return like less than 50% of last year's production. So I think the fact that it's at Ohio State is going to help a lot. I think Arch will play well, but I think Julian Sand will rely on that running game and that defense to pull out a close win. I'm gonna take Ohio State to win, but I'm gonna take Texas to cover.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go under 50.5.
All right. Well, I think I agree with you on Texas to cover, but I think I believe in it for a different reason. As you mentioned, both teams have strong defenses coming into this game. There, saying a lot of question marks. I know Texas has Trey Wisner coming back in. I'm not exactly sure what Ohio State has outside of Jeremiah Smith. Julian Sand comes in highly touted. Arch, we got to see some time last year, and we kind of know what we get there. In a game like this, although it is in at Ohio State, I know it's a home game. I'm gonna go with the guy I guess I believe in the most at quarterback. Now, let me preface this by saying this. I'm not buying into all the hype as of yet, but I think the kid is very talented. Uh, I'm not expecting him to be a Heisman candidate this year, but I think that eventually, saying we may see something like that in the future. But I'm going to take Texas to cover, and I'm going to take Texas to win outright. Also, the 50.5, I think we hit that. I think we go over.
Okay.
First game of the season. I think it will be, defenses will be good, but I think it's going to get a little sloppy at times. I think both quarterbacks are going to give their the defense the ball and set some things up in some short yardage situations. I like Texas in this one.
Okay.
Moving on, man, to the next game. Whoo, Alabama taking on Florida State. Alabama is a 12.5-point favorite. Over under 50.5. What you got in this one?
Give me Bama. Yeah, man, give me Bama. And give me the what it is, 50.5. Give me the over. But I think 13 points is a lot. I take Bama in the points. I take Bama in the points. But and over. I just I don't know what Florida State has. I know defensively, I know that they are expecting the new defensive coordinator from Nebraska to come in and kind of jumpstart their defense and kind of put them in the middle of the pack, at least in the nation in terms of defense. But I don't know if that happens game one. I do think that Ty Simpson being in the system for a year, he's going to be more comfortable than I think a lot of people give him credit for. And he don't really have to do much, but just kind of get a ball to his playmakers and let them go make plays. He has a lot of good weapons out wide at his disposal. I know the Jam Miller injury is a concern, but I think Alabama will still find a way to run the ball. And I think that defense from Alabama I think they're loaded, bro. Man, they return a lot on their defense, and I think Alabama's gonna find a way to kind of keep that Florida State offense at bay. I do think Castellanos will make plays at times because he is kind of a dynamic player. He's gonna have some explosive plays here and there, but I don't know if it's enough to keep up with what Alabama's gonna do.
Yeah. I'm not going to say this a lot this year. I'm like Bama in this one. I think Bama comes in. The defense we've heard they return a lot on defense. A defense that was very good last year. I think they've only gotten better. The defense is going to be key. However, as good as that defense is, this is Gus Malzahn in an offense that I think he can at least help put up some numbers. I think Bama's going to cover that 50, most of it by themselves, but I think Florida State is going to put up some points as well to help get this over that total. So give me the over. As far as Bama covering, I think they cover, but I think it's close. I think
Yeah,
they
I
win
agree.
by maybe 14.
Yeah, I
Maybe
agree.
14. I wouldn't be surprised if Florida State covers, but if I got to put money on it, I'm putting money on Bama to cover. But guess what? I
Yeah,
ain't putting no
30,
money on
38,
Bama.
38-14, something like that.
Yeah, I ain't. Yeah. So
38,
like I
30.
said,
I
you gonna
mean,
catch
I
me
said
doing that a
38,
lot.
40, 38-24, something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking somewhere right now.
All right. Next game up, man. We got
Mm.
Clemson and LSU. I'll go first on this one, man.
All
Because I
right,
know
go ahead.
you,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know you, you know how it is. LSU will cover. I think that this game is a game where it'll be close. I'm also taking that 56 and a half. I expect both teams, both offenses to be dynamic. Uh, I think LSU's defense is going to come out and try to prove some things. I think that where LSU got stronger this season, this off season, was that wide receiver, and I think that the one thing we've heard a lot is that the safety plays is in question. The problem here that I have is the trenches. I don't know if LSU will be able to run the ball, and if you can't run the ball, it's gonna make for a long day. We'll end up seeing us throw it 40, 50 times, and that ain't necessarily what we want. I think LSU covers. I pray they win, and I think that this over hits.
I I agree with you on the over.
Mhm.
I think the over hits. You mentioned safety play. I think it became an even bigger concern with the news that AJ Halsey will have to miss the first half of the game. Um, in terms of the spread, I know it says -3 here, but I think some places it's 4, which
Mhm.
is key, I think, because if you can get it at LSU 4 +4, I'm taking that because I think they cover the 4, but I think Clemson wins by 3. I
Mm.
think it's a 31-28, 34-31, you know what I'm saying, something like that type of game. And I think you mentioned the reason why it's the questions LSU has on that offensive line, especially in the interior. And Clemson has those same questions in the interior. So I think it comes down to which defensive line can make the other offensive line, pay for their questions at interior. But I like what LSU has at the D tackle position, but I think Clemson might have a little bit of an edge there. So I'm gonna slightly lean toward Clemson, just because I think everywhere else it might be pretty even in terms of talent wise across the board, and plus or minus a little bit here and there. But I think when you look at what each team's weakness is coming into this game, I think you would say that you would lean to that interior offensive line, and I think Clemson can be the team that could take advantage of that the most.
All right. Next game we got up on the slate. Ooh, convicts versus Catholics. Uh, Notre Dame taking on Miami in Coral Gables. Notre Dame is a 3-point favorite. Uh, Over under is 45, 44 and a half. Excuse me. What you got, Ant?
44, 54.
54. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. All right, so I really want to lean towards Notre Dame in this game. Everything is telling me to lean toward Notre Dame. If you just look at recent history, of the
Mhm.
trajectories of these programs. Notre Dame coming off appearance in the national championship. Miami lost to Iowa State in the Pop Tart Bowl. Like, okay, but I'm kind of leaning toward Miami. Question: I don't really know what CJ Carr is at quarterback for Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love is getting a ton of hype, but if you kind of go back and look at what he did last year, he kind of feasted on lesser competition in a way. So going up against a pretty good Miami front, I'd be interested to see if he could really carry this Notre Dame team to a win. Um, I think Carson Beck is better than what people really giving him credit for. Last year at Georgia, so I think he's looking to kind of prove some people that he's really a better player than what he got labeled last year. So I'm gonna take Miami with a slight like 1 point, 2 point win, but they cover, and I'm gonna take under 54.5.
Ooh. I think Carson Beck will be great for Miami, but this is his first year. I think Miami's defense may be pretty good, but they have a new defensive coordinator. I think Notre Dame's defense will be great, but they have no offense. Um,
Notre Dame has a new
they
defensive
didn't.
coordinator as well.
That they do. Um, but the reason why I kind of don't see it that way is because their head coach is. I'm pretty sure
That's
he's
fair. That's fair. That's
extremely
fair.
involved in the defensive play calling. Um, just knowing his background. With that said, man, I'm with you on the under. But I think Notre Dame. No, I don't. I'm lying. Miami wins outright. They cover, and the under gonna hit. Um, yeah, I just don't see it. Notre Dame going into Miami, and watch, we'll
I
both be
think they're,
wrong on this.
I think
Uh,
they're like 0-7 going into Miami, so we'll see.
yeah. So with that said, man, I don't even think we gotta spend a whole lot of time on it. I think it'll be a good game, but yeah, I'm give me Miami. Next up, man, Syracuse and Tennessee. Tennessee is a 12 and a half point favorite. Over under
Mm, mm,
55 and a
mm,
half. Let me go ahead
mm.
first. I'm gonna take this one first.
Go ahead, take it, take it.
We talked the other night when we talked with our man Troy, and we talked about this game. Um, and he was saying, yeah, Tennessee's gonna win. But Syracuse is feisty, this, that, and the other. I think Syracuse wins outright. I don't believe in
Mm,
Aguilar. Uh,
mm.
Tennessee is shown, saying a lot on defense. Syracuse, I feel as though has been a growing team, a feisty team, and Fran Brown he has a fan in me. Um, I think this game is. I'm thinking it's like 35-28 or it's right around this mark. I mean, I can even see some like 28-24. But I think Syracuse wins this game. If they don't win, they damn sure covering. I don't think
Yeah,
Tennessee beats anybody by any Power 14 by 13 points at this point in the season. Not from what I've seen out of their quarterback, and not from what I've seen out of them. Like, they had Nico, and as good as Nico was, I don't think they beat anybody by 13 points, any Power Four schools that I can
yeah.
think of. So yeah, give me Syracuse and give me the uh I'll take the over. I'm gonna take the over. Go ahead.
All right. I agree with you for the most part. I think questions at Tennessee. They lose a lot offensively, not just Nico, obviously, but they do have to replace Dylan Sampson's productions. He led the SEC in rushing touchdowns. They got a running back in from Duke, Star Thomas. Shout out Homer. But I don't know if you can expect a back to repeat the type of production you got from Dylan Sampson last season. Um, Joey Aguilar comes in replacing Nico. He's got to take care of the football. He threw 14 interceptions last year at App State against
Mhm.
Sunbelt competition. What happens when you step up a level of competition? We know that hyper offense is kind of quarterback friendly, I would say. But I mean, asking him to cut his turnovers in half while stepping up in competition is a lot of that system. Um, so I don't really know if that's probable to ask of him. Syracuse, they lose a lot offensively. Obviously, trying to replace Kyle McCord, who led the nation in passing, is going to be difficult. Don't really know what Notre Dame transfer Steve Angeli is going to be like, but I do trust what Fran Brown's doing up there. I think their defense is going to be pretty good. I think this is going to be more of a defensive game, so I'm gonna take the under 55, but I'm gonna take Syracuse to cover for sure. I think Tennessee may win by maybe like a touchdown or so, but I'm Syracuse definitely plus 12 and a half.
Yes, sir. Next game on the slate. Also, I will say the Syracuse Tennessee game, I think is sneakily probably one of the best games of this weekend.
Mm.
All right, next and last game
Mm.
on this, Baylor taking on Auburn. Auburn's a 2.5 point favorite. Over under is 55 and a half. You want to go first? You want me to go first on this one?
You can go ahead.
Uh, this is bad on bad. You got an Auburn team who has so much talent in just about every place on this team. But can that talent assemble? You've got a Jackson Arnold who was amazing coming out of high school and looked like doo-doo for a lot of last year. I think a new environment will help him. However, I'm still not a believer in his throwing abilities. If he can find a way to get it to those speedy wide receivers, he's got two of the best in the country out wide, and I think that they can take advantage of a Baylor defense who, at times last year, in my opinion, looked pretty good, especially late in the season. But we're not good overall throughout the entire season. So if Auburn can find a way to make some, shake some, I think they do well. Baylor, on the other hand, has a phenomenal quarterback who has some weapons. I haven't even checked out their who they had returning and stuff, but Sorry Robinson was a guy who did well throughout the season. His only problem, he's going to give you several picks, at least several opportunities for picks. Whether you catch them or not depends on you. Give me Auburn, the points, and the over.
Okay. Okay. I agree with you on Baylor. I think Baylor Sawyer Robertson is one of the better quarterbacks in that conference, which is pretty full of good quarterbacks, and they return a lot offensively. If you look at their return in production, defensively they return a pretty good bit as well, but they were pretty bad last year defensively, which is unusual for a Dave Aranda defense. So, um, how much do they improve in one off season, and can Hugh Freeze and that offense take advantage of some explosive plays which Baylor was prone to last year? Um, Jackson Arnold, obviously question marks about what he will be at his new spot. Question about his confidence level. We heard some of the things Hugh Freeze mentioned this offseason about trying to get his confidence back. There's questions and marks about who's going to be play caller at Auburn. They're talking about using 3 different play callers. So, what does that look like? I think there's just too many questions for both teams for me to really feel confident either way in this game. But I think Auburn is the more talented team, and I think somehow they found a way to win. So give me Auburn and the points and over 55 because I don't really trust neither defense too much in this game.
Yeah, I completely agree. Uh, Man, and it's a phenomenal weekend. College football returns. With that said, man, what does your spread look like for college football opening weekend?
You mean like my food spread?
Yes, sir.
Oh man,
You getting them beans like Kenny?
no
Or you
man,
doing some
I'm going
or you doing what Chris said he be eating?
finger foods. I think I'm gonna probably go with the old faithful. You know, just some good old pizza and wings. Pizza and wings and a few cold ones, and
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm with you. Yeah. Hey, so it's also birthday weekend for me.
Oh yeah,
Let's go,
for sure.
Bill. Let's go hamburgers. Let's go hot dogs. Let's go wings.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll probably throw in a little cake or something on there
Okay,
too.
that's what's up, man. Happy birthday to you,
But
my
I'm tell
boy.
you why I love college football so much. Man, I appreciate it. Tell you why I love college football so much. We talked about it coming into this game. UAPB was a 21.5 point favorite over Alabama State. Them Hornets out the SWAC are trailing by 3 with 6 minutes. Well, I'm sorry, 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Don't be surprised, man. They might make some noise. They might make a little noise, but congratulations so far. Coach Eddie Robinson doing a phenomenal job. But man, let's go ahead and get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We might not always be live, but I tell you what, we're gonna be live wherever we do it. So appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we are out. See y'all next week.